Hi, it's Megan. As part of my final Accelerated Learning review, I'm taking this opportunity to show you my new skills whilst being a student on the Accelerated Learning Programme 2017. Something I have implemented on the shop floor, which has had a great commercial success, is putting brands in the centre of the floor. With Top Man wanting to push brand, we moved brands to the centre of the floor, and I've noticed a real increase in sales. For example, Owned by Brands achieved plus 95% last week, which is an amazing achievement. Also, Owned by Brands Champion came in week 8, and we've had that at the front of the store, and that has had a great push for customers who come in and see our new line, our new brand, that everyone's able to. I just feel like it pulls everyone in, and it's a great success for the floor. I'm in charge of the incremental business jog on in our store. I love having this job role as I'm able to network with people at the jog on team. With this, I email them on a regular basis regarding any new lines that I need, whether or not I need more stock of replenishment in more sizes, in what I think of bestsellers and things like that. He also emails back asking how Jogon's doing, and it's just great networking, understanding what they have and kind of what we need. He emailed recently the Autumn Winter 2018 pack of the Jogon product, which is going to be launching 20th of November. So had the great opportunity of picking from the line list anything that I think will be suitable for our Top Man Harrogate salt, which I think will work really well. So the biggest challenges I feel which are going to affect the retail industry in the next 6 to 12 months is definitely online sales. Online it's getting bigger and bigger, and obviously retail is taking a hit. But how can we keep this the same? And I feel the way we can do this is making sure that the customer has that shopping experience, making sure the customer understands what it's like to shop in a store rather than shop online. How can we maintain the footfall? Well, I feel like making sure the customers having that service that they want, making sure the staff understand the product, understand what the store has, understanding what is online as well, so we can offer or tell them what is online. I also feel like being future focused is planning and knowing the objectives of what we want to achieve. So making the customer aware of what we can do for them in store is going to help the challenge that we're going to be facing with online. So by that is really down to connecting with that customer, even on appeal on the shop floor. So making sure standards are all done, making sure graphics are out, they can see price points, they can see trends, they can see how mannequins are styled. All this together is a shopping experience for the customer, which they don't get online, and it's the battle, but also working together to persuade the customer in a way to keep that constant footfall. That's how I feel like if I make sure I implement this to my team for them to continue with this strategy, I think it'll be a great effect for the shop. Prioritising between tasking and service is all down to the skill organising. So by this I mean knowing the red hours that are implemented in the store. I make sure I task around these hours and make sure between 12 and 4 I am fully focused on serving that customer, fully focused on getting their sales and getting that money in the till, and also giving that customer the best experience possible on the shop floor. Around this time, this is when I need to plan and know when I am going to task and use my team in the best way that their capabilities will what their capabilities are great for, and how I can use that in the tasking in the best amount of time possible that we have. For example, if we had a floor move, I would need to consider whether or not I could do it all before red hours, or whether or not I'd have to do it in a 2-part floor move and do one day in our amber and green zones, and then do the remainder on the following day between the amber and green zones, so that we can keep that red area completely free and service driven. Because you have to be very organised with this, I'm lucky enough to do the rotas and scheduling for Topman Team. So for an example I can give you is I have recently done the Black Friday rotas for this year. I planned it by taking off the figures last year, sales by hour, to see when the busiest points were and how much was made in that between each hours. Therefore, the rotas this year, using that knowledge I had, and I think this will be very beneficial because I'll be able to use my staff wisely to get the best for the business and best for the customer. To recruit, I will probably use an assessment centre. With this source, I will recruit the right people. To retain and develop the best, I will use the skill coaching, as I feel this is the best way to keep people engaged, and I also feel like for myself it's the best way to develop others. My colleague Lydia, who is on my team, I have really watched her develop so much, and I really feel like I have helped her do this. She is on her way to becoming a team leader, and I have coached her through her module course of developing to the role team leader. So by this, I still use my participative to leadership style, and then we just discuss together kind of what we want to achieve as an all and how this could help her develop. And I really feel like this has helped her so much because I've seen such a difference, and I'm hoping she'll be signed off as team leader by Christmas. To drive my own development, I reflect on how I want to achieve something and how am I going to achieve something. So I chase it really. I think about what I want and I make sure I get to that point. For example, I really wanted a career kind of meeting with Sharon, and I would always make sure I approached her and asked her, when she's next available, could I speak to her and have a meeting about it? And I think with me consistently doing that, I was able to get that fairly quickly, and I was happy with how, got to that point. And from this meeting, it was very beneficial, as I have recently received a level 4 diploma from the buying and merchandising diploma from the Fashion Retail Academy, and I was thinking of ways how I could use my job role now to help with maybe a future kind of job role, or how I can help myself right now as well. And something I came up with was to learn admin, which is something I don't have much experience in. And so I was thinking how I could help with admin within the store. And that's through operations as well, which I've done for the accelerated learning. So I was in admin learning how, with Jan, learning how to do everything. And from this, I have gained more experience for myself, for future, and it's really developed myself to know that I can achieve something if I really keep going and approaching and be consistent, because otherwise you're never going to get anywhere if you don't have that focus, which I feel like I do have. When I think back on the last 9 months on the Accelerated Learning Programme, I really feel like I'm ready to step into my first management position.